Please pray with me. May these words that I speak be grounded in my soul, encouraged by the God presence in me. And may these words that you hear be captured by your soul, enlivened by the God presence in you. Amen. Why do you gather here? Why is this place, these people, important to you? Do you come out of tradition? Do you come for friendship? Do you come to deepen your spiritual life? Do you come to grow your commitment to the world we live in? Are there other reasons or things that draw you here? Why do we gather here? Do we want to be a community that holds to a tradition of a past age and an institution that is failing because it still has meaning for many of us? And if so, are we willing to accept the reality that the vast majority of people have abandoned the traditional church and understandings of God that no longer are believable? Do we want to be a community that is willing to let go of tradition for tradition's sake and embrace the spirit of the present age? And if so, are we willing to risk change that might open our doors to include those who have no connection to church but long for this experience of authentic community? Why do you come here? And why do we gather here? This, I wonder, and this is what we need to do our best to both determine and clarify in the time ahead of us. Jan Phillips, author, singer, activist, and present-day prophet, told us the story of her horrific car accident as part of her reflection that Sunday she was here with us. She was pinned under her car, and when some people stopped and found her there, they said to her, just hang on, we're going to go and get some help. And she said, no. You are the help. You are the help. I remind us of that story now because that is where we are as a community. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the future of this community in our hands. God no longer dwells on celestial clouds, a God that might bail us out or let us sink. Rather, God dwells in every heart, in every place, experienced in relationship with each other and all of creation. It is the God presence in each and every one of us that will guide our way. In Jan's poem that Dawn read this morning, she names a number of important things that she is waiting for. But she is not just railing about the fears and injustices that seem to dominate our world. She is already actively working for change, for a world that knows more love and more peace. The love fire is already raging in her life. We witnessed that. Her I am waiting is a challenge to each and every one of us to join the mission, the great mission, the way that Jesus walked, the way of love. Yes, my friends, we are the help. So why do we gather here? How does who we are and what we say and do reflect our experience of God in this time? What is the place of Jesus in our lives together? Why would we imagine that we have some kind of exclusive experience of the God Spirit? What I see in the gospel story this morning is a Jesus who was open to love wherever it happened. He wasn't attempting to create some kind of exclusive club as his disciples imagined, but he recognized and embraced the reality that the experience of God is universal. The experience of love is universal. We are the help. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the future of Winfield United in our hands. The future, of course, can never be fully known, perhaps not even partially known. But how we imagine it will grow out of how we choose to name and be together in this present age. Julia Esquivel's poem, I Am No Longer Afraid of Death, calls us to the new life that comes with each death. And she's not talking about the death that ends our physical lives. She is rather reflecting on the many, many little deaths within our lives and how we choose to respond to them. She writes, I am no longer afraid of death. I know so well its dark corridors leading to life. I am afraid, rather, of that life which does not come out of death, which cramps our hands and slows our march. I am afraid of my fear, and even more of the fear of others who do not know where they are going, who continue clinging to what they think is life, which we know to be death. I live each day to kill death. I die each day to give birth to life. I die 1,000 times, and I am reborn another 1,000 times through that love which nourishes hope. It seems to me that the church, the world over, needs to heed these words of wisdom, to embrace a climate for change by being willing to die each day to give birth to life. To encourage a climate for change by fully and lovingly embracing the very simple and life-changing reality that we are the help. Amen.